All right, guys, I got a baby, but I'm going to do this anyway. So I wanted to talk real quick about the midwit and what's going on here in our society. Now, we have a pretty good awareness of these people that exist. They're generally like a little bit smarter than average. So you're talking about like this 115 to 120 IQ. That means basically the level at which someone would be expected in some time past to be able to go to college. Now, we let people go to college who are dumber than that today, and we have been for a long time, and so we just dumb down the entire system to keep things simple. So then there's people that have the 115, 120 IQs, sometimes up to the 125, right before you get to the 128 level when you're in that 2 percentile-ish, at 130 level. Well, that's your midwit. They're smart enough to get basic concepts of things, and they're smart enough to get the ideas down in a rote sort of way. It's not truly abstract for them. They can't really break it down. They don't know the individual components, and they couldn't explain it simply. It's basically a faith to them, right? And it's a faith that's built off the backs of everyone else. Now, granted, all of human history is built off the backs of everyone else. This is how we work. This is part of the problem that's going on today with destroying everything. And it is led by the midwits, or those who are lower than the midwits, who are basically believing that human beings are some sort of programmable, hackable animals. This is utterly nonsense. I can disprove this a million and one ways, but I don't have the time for that in this video. But within this, then we get the concepts that I'm developing of the synthetic society, and then you have the pathetic synthetic, and that is essentially what the midwit is. And hey, Babu, what you doing? Anyways, so you have this idea of a person who actually doesn't have any real concepts of anything, can't understand the deeper portions of it, because part of being genius, part of being highly intelligent, is being able to break down things into simple, understandable components for people who maybe are not as intelligent as you. It's one of the reasons why people like Jordan Peterson so much, because he's taken all this information, amalgamated it, right, made it his own, and he has put it out there into the world. And speaking of which, you should check out him and Dr. McGilchrist. They had a good talk not too long ago that Peterson put up, and and they talk about the matter of meaning, and not just that, not just what meaning is, not just what things matter, which I think is McGilchrist's books, but the right-left hemispheric division in your brain, and how important actually the right hemisphere is over the left hemisphere, even though it is the left hemisphere that is the most abstract one. And this is where we categorize things, this is where we do all the things that we do as human beings that are actually detrimental to our development and growth. And you could argue, well, Bill, no, what do you mean? That's where all the science and all the stuff lays. And it's like, yeah, it's also where all the hubris and nonsense lays, because you aren't understanding that right side of your brain. An integrated being integrates both sides of that person. It is in the middle, in ancient occultism, philosophies, whatever else, we understood that to be the third eye. It is within the middle, is the balance between the two that is important. And so what you get with the pathetic synthetic, the midwit, what you get is someone who actually understands nothing and is simply regurgitating what has been told to them. They've never thought about it. They've never delved into it. They've never tried to really pick it apart because, well, it's established. That's not an intelligent person. That's a person who can understand something. An intelligent person is someone who can go deeper and find the flaws in all of the things that are being presented. And this is where we get the repetitive, nonsense for decades of things like, oh, saturated fat's bad for you. Literally taught that in one of my college anatomy classes, told that. We're talking about, 4 years ago now. I'm like, are you insane? Are you insane? I have to read a lot of literature, way more when I was younger. But the point is that that's not something that should be taught in a college level anatomy class at all. It shouldn't even be mentioned. It's totally been debunked. It's been debunked for well, it's been debunked since the 70s, but, you know, we ignored it then. But it's been debunked for certain over the last 20 years. But the pathetic synthetic is going to regurgitate these kind of things because, well, it is known. It is established. This is the zeitgeist. This is what is taught by the superstructure. You must believe. You know? And it gives them a sense of superiority as well to be able to tell you what is what. So in any case, folks, this has been All Minus One. My name is Bill, and I wish you all well.